Okay, hello everybody. We will try this again. I played around with OBS, so hopefully it'll work now. Anyways, for those of you who aren't aware, we are going to be doing my annual Time Magazine Top 100 Most Influential People stream. And this is something that we always look forward to, at least I look forward to every year. Because if you start to go through it, you will find that pretty much everybody on this list is either like a Fed, um, some random person no one's ever heard of, and all kinds of stuff like that. So just I don't know, like I said, just a whole bunch of literal nobodies. So I got my pen here and I got my piece of paper. So how this works is as we're going through, I will give this list 1 point for each person I recognize, and then 1 point for each person who I think should be on this list. They are being counted separately. So at the end, let's see here. Wow, my writing is terrible. Recognize. We will see who should be on this list. So, just to say at the front, it's always this list is always complete and total shit. I think Taylor Swift won last year. Now, spoiler alert: I haven't read through the whole thing, but there is no Putin, no Xi Jinping again. There are actually a couple American politicians on this, which is kind of weird. But the thing I think you have to understand about the Time Magazine 100 Most Influential People is it's basically just people who the elite personally approve of, plus a couple people who are too important to leave off. There doesn't really seem to be any particular methodology to it. Like something that I think would make this better is if there was a cool off period. Like someone can't be on this list more than once every 3 years because that would prevent the world leaders like Putin from just being on it every year. I think that would make it better alone, but they didn't do that. It's the same shit list as always. So let's go through it. Okay, Time Magazine Top 100 Most Influential People of 2025. These people are more influential than Putin. Okay, let's see here. Ed Sheeran. Now, that name is familiar to me. What is he in? Uh, Ed Sheeran. I think I've. The name is familiar. I don't know if I've heard any of his songs, though. Let me just look this up. The name is definitely familiar. Um, I don't recognize any of these songs. The name is somewhat familiar, so I guess I will give him a point for having heard of him. Is he more important than Putin? No. Scarlett Johansson. Obviously, I've heard of her. I've reviewed at least one movie that she's been in. Does she deserve to be on this list? Is she more important than Putin? No. Okay. Daniel Day Kim. Let's see here. Who is this? People's Sexiest Man Alive. I don't know what that is. Okay, so his advocacy extends beyond Hollywood. In 2021, as anti-Asian violence surged in the U.S. When did that happen? Okay, for those of you who are in America, when the fuck in 2021 did anti-Asian violence surge in the U.S.? Are they talking about like COVID? Like, what the fuck are they talking about? Anti-Asian violence, was that like BLM or something like that? Um, Okay, I haven't watched The Good Doctor. I haven't watched Hawaii Five O. I've watched one episode of Lost. So I'm going to be honest, I have no idea who this guy is. So maybe that's bad on me, but he's not going to be on this list. Okay, Scarlett Johansson, Kristen Bell. Why is Kristen Bell on this list? I have heard of her. Has she even been in anything lately? Let me just take a look at this. IMDb. Kristen Bell. She was in Disney Speedstorm, Central Park. She was in Nobody Wants This. Okay. So she was in one thing in the last 2 years, and that entitles her to be on this list. Like, I don't think they even actually have to justify it. Okay, she took the world by storm. Nobody wants this. Okay, maybe Nobody Wants This is some sort of like big thing, but I've never heard of it. Adam Scott. Okay, who's Adam Scott? Okay, you like slightly awkward but inexplicably confident juvenile otters. You would go simply ape-tesh for Adam Scott. I haven't watched Severance. Okay, he was in The Aviator. That's something. Let me just look up what this dude's been in, because maybe I recognize him from something. I don't know most of the time. With a lot of these, I watch a lot of movies. I don't really watch much TV though, like Western TV. Okay, so let's see, what has he done recently? The Monkey, that Madam Web. I think I actually watched Madam Web with my friend Abstract, and it was truly horrendous. Okay, he was in Between Two Ferns. Okay, he was in The Disaster Artist. I don't know. I haven't seen like any of these. He was in Sleeping with Other People. He was in Hot Tub Time Machine. I don't know. I don't know who this dude is, so I'm going to have to just do a pass on that. I get that Parks and Rec. Okay, well, to be fair, Parks and Rec I understand is a big show. And I know there's a lot of people who like it, but I've never watched it, so it's not familiar to me. Rashida Jones. Why is she... Okay, so she's on this list. Okay, I don't dislike her as an actor. I know her from The Office, The Social Network, from obviously more recently Silo. But has she done anything in like the last year that would necessitate this? I guess she's in Sunny. I don't even know what Sunny is. Okay, so Parks and Rec. Apparently the people making these lists are big Parks and Rec fans. Maybe I'll have to watch it at some point. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I wonder if Nolan will even be on this list, or like any of them, or Cameron, or whatever. I don't know. Diego Luna. Who? Okay, let's see who this dude is. This is always just me showing how much of a boomer I am as we go through these. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. He was in Rogue One. Okay. I didn't realize that was his name, but I do know who this dude is. Okay. So I'll give it a point, I guess. So what has he made recently? On the Road, Troll Hunters, Rise of the Titans, The Bad Batch, Flatliners. Let's see. Where does it say he directed something? I think film. He did like a biopic of Cesar Chavez, I guess, like 11 years ago. I don't know why this dude is on this list. Okay. So far we have 0 people who deserve to be on this list. Nicole Shinzinger. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure I know who she is, actually. She sings a lot. I remember her she does a lot of stuff with musicals that I like. Like, they often will have her on if they're doing Phantom of the Opera or Les Mis or something like that. So I actually recognize who she is. But it just said that she's elegantly beautiful and heartbreaking, and that makes her more important than Vladimir Putin. That's why she gets to be on this list, but Putin's not allowed to be on this list. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I just like to pull the audience so far. I know there's not that many people watching now. If you're watching this later, let me know. Do you recognize these people? Are they literal who's for you? Do you think any of the people so far deserve to be on this list? Or is this just... I don't know. It's not even affirmative action. It's nothing burger. Okay. Kristen Wiig. Why is Kristen Wiig on this list? She's evanescent. See, I used a 10-cent word from a movie or something. This is okay. Kristen Wiig is on this list because I don't know why. I don't know why she's on this. I guess I recognize her, so I guess it gets a point for me recognizing her. But I don't know. One of the best comedians of all time, I guess. Willie Chavaria. Who? Okay, so but then I went to a Willie. Okay, where all the models looked like me and my. Oh, okay. So this is. I don't know. Okay, so I was intimidated by the fashion industry. I wasn't sure if I belonged. I went to a Willie Chiavara show where all the models looked like me and my family. Every person in Garment I saw that night challenged my limiting beliefs. That is one of the gayest things I've ever heard. After the show, Willie embraced me like we've known each other for years. And despite all the chaos happening backstage, he was tranquil, present, and humble. With the biggest, Willie became a dear friend, and it was such a full circle moment when he asked me to walk in his show at this year's Paris Fashion Week. His designs are bold and beautiful. What the fuck kind of... I don't know. Look at this shit. Like, look at... What the fuck? That dude's wearing, like, a tuxedo. There's some tranny. There's... I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know. I guess it's... I don't know. We're just going to move on. Danielle Deadweiler. Who? Okay, so she's not from like The Good Watchmen, like Zack Snyder's Watchmen. She's from HBO's 2019 Watchmen. That thing that like no one cared about. Did anyone care about that? I don't think so. So she was in some movie called The Piano Lesson. In that enables her to be on this list that she was in a shitty show no one watched from 6 years ago. Okay? More important. This is definitely Hosier. I'm going to be honest. I don't really know who Hosier is either. Let me look this up. I'm learning from this. Some Irish musician. Okay, I admit I don't know who he is. Okay, we're just going to move on. Yeah, it was a sequel show. It looked like garbage. Okay, Miranda July by Molly Ringwald. George Danton. Okay, this is really gay. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use the G slur in this video because Life is fake and gay, and so is this list. Okay, so George Danton stood before the French people and called for audacity and insisted on courage as a means of survival. Let me just turn my heater off. There we go. Okay, hopefully that's not too bad. I tried to turn my radiator off. Okay, centuries later, in a different kind of revolution, the multi-hyphenated artist Miranda July seemed to echo that call. Her novel All Fours is not about the overthrowing monarchies. I liked how we're just saying the French Revolution is cool now. But about dismantling something quieter yet no less insidious. The expectation that women as they age should disappear. Does anyone actually believe that? Maybe they do. I don't know. If they're saying their sexual market value drops as they age, then that is correct. But I don't know. Her prose is strikingly original, so she's multi-hyphenated. I'm multi-hyphenated. What the fuck is this guy? I don't know. There's just something about the physiognomy that I just find kind of unsettling. Okay. Okay. Let me know if the background noise is okay. I've tried to turn everything off that I can. The first time I saw a play by Brandon Jacob Jenkins. Who the fuck is Brandon Jacob Jenkins? My jaw hit the floor. I'd never seen anything so sophisticated, experimental, intelligent that also used black, you get what they did there, humor to such great effect. It was immediately clear to me that I was in the hands of a master. As I've gotten to know Brandon over the years, his genius has only become more apparent. He's a creator of trends, not a follower. So his work is always original and interesting, and with an unflappable nature and a genuine curiosity about the world. He's made knockout shows including An Octoroon, Appropriate, and his latest to arrive on Broadway, Purpose. Okay, Mohammed Rasulov. Some fucking F-slur from Iran, some liberal F-slur from Iran. Who made, I don't know, some shitty documentary about how Iran's women's life freedom movement. Okay, that sounds, yeah. Okay, there we go. Once again, just, I don't know, I guess this is somebody who everybody's heard of. Annabelle Seldorf. Who? The widest range of visitors possible. I don't know who that is. Yoshimoto Nara. His work is childlike. Who the fuck is this? Okay, let's do a deep dive into this. And by deep dive, I mean Google search. What the fuck? Some postmodern hack artist who produces weird this garbage. What the fuck? You know what? Yeah, some year I'm gonna have to do a running total for the percentage of these that are members of the tribe, because it's got to be pretty high. So this is the shit that they put on the list. It's garbage. Okay. Snoop Dogg. It's someone I've actually heard of. Snoop Dogg once told me he's a moment guy, and if the moment's right, he'll grab it. You know what? I'm gonna do something really fucking stupid. I'm gonna give this a point. This is someone who I've actually heard of and actually does get media attention. Is Snoop Dogg an important cultural figure? Yes. So I will give Snoop Dogg a spot on the okay. He has clout. Okay, Nikki Glazer. Are they going to glaze Nikki Glazer? Okay, in the days leading up to this year's Golden Globes, all I could think about was how excited I was to see Nikki Glazer host. Successfully hosting an award show is such a hard thing to do. I just knew Nikki would kill it, and she did with grace. Who? She's so unapologetically hot. That is why she's on this list. This is why. This is the justification. This is the fucking society that we live in. That fucking Nikki Glazer, whoever the fuck she is on the list because she hosted the Golden Globes and because she's unapologetically hot. And that makes her more important than Putin. That makes her more important than Xi Jinping. And this is just the shit that these F-slurs come up with. Who even is this? What is with her face? It looks like it's made out of plastic. Okay, she was on Inside Amy Schumer. She was in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. They're up to Black Ops 7? It's time to move on, guys. Nikki Glazer, Someday You'll Die. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, Rain's saying, what is this nonsense? Ma Yan-sung. The architect. Okay, so there's an architect. Let us see. Okay, this year he unveiled projects that include a striking building in Denver that takes inspiration from canyons, and Phoenix, a spiraling new art museum in the Netherlands that explores human migration. So the guy who made the definitive museum of the refugee crisis, I guess. Let's take a look at what this shit that this guy's come. Okay, maybe his architecture is good. Maybe his architecture is like, oh no, he's this asshole. He's the guy who made these abominations. What the fuck? You know what though? I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. He has been influential on the world. He's made the world a worse place for all of us, but he has been influential. What the fuck? Like what is this? I don't know. Okay, let's move on. Larry Fink. Okay, here we go. We actually have somebody who 100% deserves to be on this list. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock. There we go. There we go. I think Larry Fink largely largely speaks for himself. Definitely deserves to be on this list. Let's go on. Kwame Onawachi. Okay, he is a West African chef in the Bronx. He's rewriting the narrative. In spaces that once overlooked black chefs, it has brought his story into each of his restaurants, including Dogun, which sounds kind of like Dagon or Drogon or something. Maybe it's named after Game of Thrones. The Afro-Caribbean eatery he opened in D.C. this past fall. What I think I admire most is Chef Kwame's unshakable commitment to breaking boundaries and continuing to elevate others along the way. He's not just cooking meals, he's changing lives and changing the game. His work and spirit have inspired so many of us. The kitchen is his oyster, and I can't wait to see what goes next. So, let's just think about this for a minute. So, this list posits that the CEO of BlackRock is as influential in society as some random chef from Brooklyn no one's ever heard of. Okay, there we go. Sandra Diaz. Maybe this is somebody. I don't really know who it is, but okay. Okay. Deputy Executive Director of the UN Environmental Program. Okay. don't know. This person looks like a Fed. It's important endeavor for scientific research. Okay, some UN official. The front lines of the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. Okay, I don't know if she's that influential, but at least it's like her eyes are kind of scaring me, so I'll put her on this list. Okay, Michelini Thomas. That's a woman? Her art, okay, let's take a look at. I can't even imagine what kind of shit we're going to see. Holy fuck. Look at this. By the way, let me guys know if you can see it okay. Like if the image is big enough. What is this garbage? Okay. I can see why she's on the list. I don't know. Are they like a Fed who... sorry, do they count as a Fed if they're being funded by the federal government, but they aren't like a member of a three-letter agency? Because I'm pretty sure these people are probably receiving U.S. aid money. John M. Chu, look at this fucking gay shit. This shit from like the mid-2000s of him putting his hand in front of the camera. What the fuck is that? The first project of John M. Chu is a documentary on Justin Bieber making crazy witch Asians. That's when we really bonded. I started to appreciate, okay, who is this guy? Did he make Crazy Rich Asians? Son of a bitch. This fucking asshole made Wicked 1, Wicked 2, Justin Bieber, Never Say Never, Step Up the Revolution, and G.I. Joe Retaliation. I think that he should be removed from this list solely for creating the abomination that was G.I. Joe Retaliation, which was one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever seen. And people might go, Argent, why the fuck did you see G.I. Joe Retaliation? Well, I wanted popcorn, that's why. So, oh, the places you'll go. It's going to ruin Dr. Seuss now. Wendy Friedman. That name sounds familiar. Calmly. Okay, so some female astrophysicist. So is this like female science, man? I don't know. Maybe they are actually like it's hard for me to make fun of some of these because I don't actually know. I'm not that familiar with like current cosmology. Maybe let's see. Is she? Oh, okay. That's a bad sign. Canadian American astronomer for measurement of the Hubble constant. I don't know. I'm just going to withhold. I haven't really heard of her. She seems like she might be someone a little bit important. It's still probably affirmative action, but I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm going to need a ruling. Does Wendy Friedman get to be on the list or not? Does she get to be an actual influential person? Because someone says a Canadian Jewish women. Well, that kind of, you know what? I'm going to give her a point just for being Canadian Jewish women. Because that means that she's, by definition, one of the most powerful people in the world. Okay, Jack Koskov. Okay, I'm not liking the physiognomy here. Okay, people are overruling me. People are saying no. Female science man is not going to be on it. Okay, I don't know. This is kind of strange looking. John Koskov. Oh, okay. This is the Sandy Hook um, lawyer. Oh, this is the guy who. Okay, so Josh agreed to help the families of Sandy Hook take on Remington, the country that manufactured the AR-15 style rifle used to murder 20 children and 6 adults in Connecticut. His novel approach got $73 million dollars for families, corporate misconduct, uh, a real chance to seek justice. Okay, so I think I've heard of this guy. Let me just take a look. I'm gonna let's see. Let's take a look at the early life section. If is there one? Yep, of course, of course, every time. Chattatip knock said some terranon. I okay, before you even see her cook, let alone taste her food, you can tell. Okay, also, just for people in chat, because I'm Canadian, so maybe I just don't understand. Is black cooking really that looked down upon? Is like is Caribbean cooking seen as being like some backwater thing that no one wants to eat? I mean, it's moderately popular in Canada. I know, particularly in Toronto, you have Jamaican places all over the place. Like, I didn't think that Caribbean cooking was like that weird. That like, I don't know. There's all kinds of celebrity. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, okay. So Thai cuisine, a Philly restaurant, a James Beard, which sounds like a member of the tribe, winning chef. Okay, Rain is currently in my lap. She was kind of upset at me when I came back. She was biting me a lot yesterday. So I had to leave her here. So it's some random woman who has a restaurant in Philly that serves $95 soup. Okay, so there's some ass, some bitch who does, but it's not actually expensive. Okay, the most expensive, but it's not actually not expensive. I feel the tom yum with seafood. If people can buy a raw seafood tower for $125, they can certainly pay for my tom yum. Okay. Okay, so this is what we've reached. This is what we've reached at this point in time. Some woman from Philadelphia who has a Thai food restaurant who's on this list because she sells $95. What even is this? Let me take a look at this. What the fuck is this? Okay, so that's what it is. It's this. This is the $100 soup. Or sorry, yeah, $100 soup. Let's take a look. Okay, that's it. Is there a picture of it? I can't find a picture of it. Okay. She's more important than Vladimir Putin, though. She's more important. She deserves to be on this list. Vladimir Putin doesn't. Okay, Christian Happy. Described as a force of nature. For 20 years, I've seen this force up close. It built the African Center of Excellence for Genomics of Infectious Diseases to educate future generations of African scientists and launch its Sentinel program to prevent and mitigate outbreaks. Okay, I haven't heard of him. So just some random black sides. Ow! No, stop biting me, Rain. Ow! Ow! Sorry, rain is currently attacking me. Uh, Isa Hane. Okay, next year when I do this, I'm gonna have to do a Fed counter, and like a tribe counter. The original stream crashed and died. Is what happened to the original stream. So, okay, who is this? Some person at the Gates Foundation? Okay, some Moroccan scientist at the Consultative Group for International Agricultural Research. Now, if that doesn't sound like a Fed institution, I don't know what is. Although it looks like this is based in France, maybe? No, this is... Okay, so we have like Rockefeller. Okay, this is just some random Fed. Sky Perryman. Student debt cancellation is legal. Looks like, yeah. Sky Perryman works tirelessly every day to sacrifice our enduring yet fragile democracy. When Donald Trump federal funding freeze sparked fear and confusion across the country, she acted decisively. As president of Democracy Forward, I haven't heard of that, she mobilized a rapid response legal team and fired the nation's first lawsuit challenging the freeze, winning the crucial administrative stay. Okay, so just a massive Fed. Okay, so Democracy Forward, what are the odds that this is paid for by USAID? Like 100%? Okay, Democracy Forward. Okay, so some Fed organization that's probably funded. Okay, so like I said, we just have so many fucking Feds on this list. It's like this is more like the what is it? The best. I don't know. Tim Cadogan, CEO of GoFundMe. What is he doing these days? Okay, GoFundMe, that's important. Is he still head of GoFundMe? Okay, he's the CEO of GoFundMe. Okay, I hadn't heard of him, but okay, GoFundMe is a big website. It's a big website. There's a lot of money that goes through it, so sure, I'll give them a point for that. That's not completely insane. Richard Thomas, I don't know. For some of the science people, I'm not really sure what to say. Okay, he coined the term microplastics. Okay, I'll give them a point. I've heard of microplastics. So we'll give them Richard Thompson. Serena Williams. Serena Williams won the 2017 Australian Open while pregnant, then returned to tennis after difficult childbirth. Okay, it's somebody I've heard of. Woohoo. Then returned to her life. She had a C-section and a difficult pregnancy, and then she won a gold and bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympics. When was the Tokyo Olympics? I feel like that was a while ago. 5 years ago. So she won a medal 5 years ago, and that means that she deserves to be one of the 100 most influential people in the world. I don't think she even plays professional tennis anymore. But she's on the list. Okay, the world's most influential people. Serena Williams. Okay, Ed. Okay, what is this? Ed Bastian. Okay. Let's see here. Delta. I've probably heard of Delta. Let me just look this up. Is that Delta Airlines? Oh, okay, it's Delta Airlines. Okay, yes, I have heard of that. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Just I haven't heard of it called just referred to as Delta before. Um okay, but Delta Airlines, yeah, I've definitely heard of. I'll say okay. Delta's a big airline, I guess. I'll be generous and I'll let him go on this. Uh, Blake Lively. That is the least flattering picture of Blake Lively they could possibly get. She's not a bad looking woman, and this makes her look like some wicked witch of the West. Uh, okay, so Blake Lively is on this list for some reason. I don't know why. She donated to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund in 2019, and that means that she is one of the most most influential people. Okay, Lauren Michaels, who? Um, I don't know who this is. Let's see here. Maybe this is somebody I should know. Okay, television producer. Okay, no, I know who this is. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Okay, of course. Okay, so Lorne Michaels, a.k.a. Lorne Lipowitz. Wits. Seriously, what percentage of this is Jewish? It's got to be like a large percentage. Okay. I've heard of the stuff that he's made. I guess he's produced enough like major things. I don't know. Chat, what do you think? Should this be counted as a legitimate pick? Is this okay? Can this be on the list? It's someone who's actually done something I've heard of. Okay, I'll just give chat a moment to respond. Oh, like every shitty... He was behind 30 Rock? Oh. Okay, You know what? I'll give it to him for this one just because it's someone that I've actually heard of. Okay, this is going to be just overly generous, but I'm setting a very low ball here. Simone Bills. Oh, another black person, Olympian. What is with that? Yeah, I don't really know what to say to that. It's just kind of staring into my soul. Okay, anyways, oops. Okay. Some gymnast. Who I don't know, just someone who's a gymnast who's on this list because they do professional gymnastics, I guess. Oh no, right? No, I know who Simone Biles is. What am I talking about? I'm just my brain was just kind of going there for a second. Uh Okay, I guess she's won a bunch of medals. Does that make her one of the most influential people in the world, though? Does that make her more influential than Vladimir Putin? I'm going to say no, it doesn't. Doug McMillian. Okay, who is this? Is this the... Is he the CEO of Walmart? Okay, yeah, CEO of Walmart. Okay, yep, he gets to be on the list. 100% fair. Walmart's a giant company. Miechia Prada. The Prada fashion designer, I guess. Okay, the name is familiar. Are they one of the most influential people in the world? No. Percival Everett. James, a reimagining of Huck Finn's black sidekick in their treacherous journey to freedom. It's the moment you take a break from laughing hysterically to realize you're laughing at a book about slavery. What? Percival Everett. Who is this? I don't know who this dude is. He wrote some book, James. It sounds like shit, so I'm gonna have to say no to this one. Ted Sarandos. Okay, so the CEO and founder of Netflix. Okay, fair enough. That is a big person. They can be on the list. Joe Rogan. Yep, 100% agree. Nope, no question. Joe Rogan, definitely one of the world's 100 most influential people. I don't think that is a bad pick at all. Massively well, I don't know if respect is right, but just massive ability to just increase the signal of whoever's. I don't know. I got nothing. Lisa Su, the CEO of AMD. Okay. She's probably on this list for being a woman, but the fact that she is the longtime leader of AMD, I think that's fair enough. She can be on this list. I'm including, by the way, under people I recognize, if they're the head of a product or company I recognize, I'm putting it down. I haven't heard of Lisa Su, but obviously I know what AMD is, so that's fine. Mark Zuckerberg. They put Mark Zuckerberg on this list like years after he's been relevant. I don't know, guys. Does Mark Zuckerberg deserve to be on this list when Elon Musk, I'm pretty sure, isn't? I don't know. People in the chat, is he a legitimate person on this list? or wait, doesn't Facebook own Instagram? Okay, you know what? Yeah, okay, we'll say Mark Zuckerberg is legitimate. Mark Zuckerberg is legitimate. Bonnie Y. Chan. The first female CPO of the Hong Kong stock market. Okay. I mean, I guess, like, being in an important position at a stock, maybe that makes sense. I don't know. I'm not sure what to say. Oh no, you're right. He's big in the AI space. No, I just Facebook hasn't been relevant for a while. So, okay. I'm I'm on the fence about this one. Technically, it is someone who's actually okay. You know what? We'll be really nice and we'll just see. I don't know. You know what? We're gonna skip her. Alex Karp. Oh, okay. Palantir. Right. Yep. That is definitely right. Is Alex Karp the founder of Palantir? I thought that was oh no, yeah, CEO of Palantir. Right. Okay, I guess yeah, he's Peter Thiel's sidekick. Okay. There we go. We actually have someone who should be on this list. Whoa, boy. Alex Karp. Jonathan Greenblatt. What the hell? Jonathan Greenblatt is on this list. Okay, this is fucking amazing. The head of the ADL. This is like the most fucking mask off moment. And he was nominated by Van Jones, the literal Maoist. Is this a joke? What? Okay, you know what? He might be in the top 10 most powerful people in the world. If we're going to be like, in terms of the amount of power that Jonathan Greenblatt has, it's kind of hard to overstate how powerful he is. So, unironically, yes, this is somebody who deserves to be on this list. Jonathan Greenblatt. Protecting the Jewish people. Okay. The head of American Express. Let me see. Let's see here. I'm not familiar with him personally, but I'm familiar with American Express. So I don't know. I'm gonna skip this one. Demi Moore. Why is Demi Moore on this list? She's changed the way we talk about pregnancy and motherhood. Women in economics in Hollywood. Uh, she demanded and got financial parity with guys. Charlie. Okay, so Demi Moore is one of the most influential people in the world. To be fair, she's like higher than some of the other people on this list. Um, she actually makes more sense than a lot of other people. So I guess Demi Moore can be. I don't know. Should she have a? Should she have does she count though? I don't know. I don't think she counts. But Jalen Hurts. I don't know anything about sports. Let's see here. His team won the Super Bowl. Okay, I don't know. It's hard because I actually don't know with this person. Adrian Brody. Look at that. Okay, if he's not, Okay. Yeah, of course. A member of the tribe. Maybe I should like go back and just see what percentage Jewish this is. Okay, so he made the Brutalist. So this is the dude who made the thing celebrating the guy who invented brutalism. One second, I'm just gonna grab some water. So we have the guy who directed the movie glorifying the invention of like one of the worst architectural styles of the 20th century. I don't. The name is familiar, so I will give it a recognize. I don't think that this is like the top person. Gazelle Pellicott. Okay, let's just read this. Okay, let me see. Is this person... No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm not familiar with this thing. She refused to be dominated by the patriarchal order that has for so long subjugated women. I don't know, some person who did one just as okay. Let's just read this because this is like some of the gayest shit I've ever seen. Refused to be dominated by the patriarchal order that has for so long subjugated women. The trial detailed a series of horrific assaults by her husband and the dozens of others he recruited. In demonstration of extraordinary courage, Gazelle chose to shed her anonymity and participate openly in the proceedings. In her brave public fight, which saw her husband convicted of rape and 50 other defenders found guilty of rape, attempted rape, or sexual assault, she has contributed to a global process of justice that will weaken the patriarchy and disrupt the acceptance of sexual violence around the world. Just as Gandhi challenged racial violence in India, Gazelle has challenged the patriarchy everywhere, including within marriage and advanced universal human rights. Did an AI write this? There's been tribute to Gazelle in many countries. Okay, is this the gayest one? I think this is the gayest one. I'm not gonna lie. If that actually happened, then I'm sorry. That's horrific. I'm not going to defend her husband. He probably should be in jail. But literally, this is like who they have. It's like a patriarchy. Hiroki Sadana. Okay. He sounds familiar. Let me just double check what he's been in. Japanese actor, Shogun, The Last Samurai, 47 Ronin. Okay, yeah, I know who this is. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of him. I just didn't realize that was his name. No, Stalin actually had decent taste in a lot of ways. Stalin really liked fine, we'll take a little honestly, I don't think Stalinist architecture is that bad. I don't think it's terrible, to be honest. It's definitely better than a lot of postmodern stuff. Like, is it the best? No. Is it like completely horrific? No, I wouldn't say it's completely horrific either. So let's see. Stellan also loves classical music. I don't know, like Red Army Theater. I don't think that that's terrible, to be honest. I don't. When I was in East Berlin. Sorry, when I was in Berlin, I don't really mind socialist realism that much. Okay, what is this? Angelina Mirawa. Growing up in rural Zimbabwe in 1990, she was a star student. The CEO of CamFed, helping millions of girls go to school in Ghana, Malawi, Tanzania, and Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Okay, so some other Fed that's funded by USAID. David Muir. Okay, his name sounds familiar. Okay, he anchors the world's most watched news program, ABC News Tonight. I mean, is that really saying anything? That it's the most watched news program? Okay, let's just take a look at this. Because I just want to show you guys, like, the old media is so fucked. It's kind of hard. It kind of defies belief. Because I was looking at this. We'll take a look at it. But if you look at the amount of views that the old media gets, it is absurdly low. Like, okay, ABC isn't that bad, but we will have, yeah, like, here we go. We have a video from 11 hours ago that has 1K views. Let's go back a couple days and see where people are. Or some of the, and we'll take the lowest view counts, sure, but okay, Bad Romance, A Dangerous Game Revisited has 2K views, which is similar to what I got on my Indian like parody video. Maybe I got more on it. Yeah, okay. So I got more on my retarded like Indian joke video or than they did on this. I got 3 times as many views on my Indian video as how to avoid falling victim to holiday shopping scams on ABC. And I don't even have a good viewer to subscriber ratio. But yeah, like look at some of these. 7,000 views, 2,000 views, 1.6 thousand. So in the last week, multiples of my videos have done better than videos on this. Let's take a look at CTV. Okay, so let me just do the math here. So one of those was 600. So okay, so 600 divided by the number is too low for the percentage of people who like their viewer to the watch ratio. Okay. So my parents were obsessed with watching CTV News. CTV News is like the liberal version of MSNBC. Look at the shit that these assholes get. These people expect that they're going to be able to compete with like the new media, that once their subsidies and their Fed posting and whatever goes away, that anyone is going to give a shit about them. Like, look at these guys. Look at this. Okay, let's look at some stuff from it's just spam, but yeah, like I get maybe the same or more views on average for my shitty YouTube channel with 12,000 subscribers. I love you guys, by the way. Then they get on their 2 million sub YouTube channel. Like, last minute shopping rush, 340 views. Now, to be fair, they have some stuff that has more, but I don't know, like, when TV finally dies and the boomers go away, how are these guys going to make money? No one likes their shit. No one like on Twitter. Like let's take a look. Sorry, I know we're getting aside, but no, this applies. This is actually relevant because time is like this too. Okay, so let me just see. Peruvian shamans predict Madero's fall. So we have like 6,000 impressions on Twitter after a day with 2 million followers. So from like a day ago, oh no, this is, yeah, from yesterday, with 2 million followers, they have some that are like 10,000 people have seen them. Let me just see, like, what is my reach with my crappy channel? YouTube page. I don't know, not very many, I don't think. Anyways, you get the idea. Okay, so I don't know. That's getting. I'm gonna have to say no to that. Raquel Willis. Who is Raquel Willis? She was a national organizer for the Transgender Law Center. She was the first trans executive editor for Out magazine. So, at a Brooklyn march for Black Trans Lives. Let me see. Is she also Jewish? By Ellen. Okay, so Ellen Page nominated her. Not sure. Okay, so just some random fed. They might actually be on this list though. Ironically, she might actually be very high on the list because being like a trans black woman gives you power. Bobby Brown, Charlemagne the God. Okay, Bobby Brown. I don't know who that is. Okay, Anthony De Romero. Okay, director of the ACLU. Okay, fair enough. Okay, ACLU is important, so I guess we can give them a point for that. Okay. Yoshiiki. Okay, some Japanese. I like how it's Nicole Schrinzner, and she also won one. So this is just people like, I don't know. This is just people nominating each other. If people want, I'm debating maybe if I could get like a list of this, going through and doing some stats on this, like percentage Feds, percentage Jews. Amy Griffin. Wow, okay. I've heard of Amy Griffin. I'm not entirely sure. Is she like a comedian or something? Or an actress? An author. The name is familiar. But aside from that, I'm not super familiar. Leon Marchand. Some Olympic gold medalist. Who's on this list? Okay, so above Putin. Fatou Belda. Last year, Gambia's parliament considered a bill that would have repealed the country's ban on female genital mutilation. And some person did that. Okay, so I don't know who that is. Okay, let's get into the politicians, and we're going to start off with. Okay, guys, I am going to do a spoiler. I'm going to do a spoiler for the Archie Awards. This is the man who will win F Slur of the Year. Keir Starmer is the shoe-in for F Slur of the Year. Does he deserve to be on this list? Probably. So Keir Starmer, that's fine. Claudia Sheinbaum, okay, another Jew. Okay, President of Mexico, okay, I've actually heard of her. Donald Trump. Like, are they trying to make Trump look cool? Like, I don't know. I thought Time Magazine didn't like Trump. Yeah, it's just them ranting about it, ranting about how evil he is. Maria Corina Machio. Oh, is this the Fed who they've said that is the fake president of Venezuela? Okay, I've heard of her, but she's not going to be she's not going to get a point for this. Oh, Elon Musk is on this list. Okay, I stand corrected. Okay, Elon Musk is on this list. Mohammed Yunus. Okay. Chief Advisor of Bangladesh. Chief Executive Caretaker. So I guess the interim leader of Bangladesh? I'm just trying to find this. Okay, so I guess he's the interim leader of Bangladesh. I haven't heard of him, but that's fair enough. Bangladesh is a big country. So, Howard Lutnick. Yep, I've heard of Howard Lutnick before. Okay, sure, we can have him. He's Trump cabinet minister or a secretary. Tedros. I'm not even going to hard to pronounce this. Okay, who is this? Director of the World Health Organization. Who's on here because he's black, I guess. Oh, is RFK? Oh, no. Okay. No, RFK is on the list. Okay, who is this dude? Director General of the World Health Organization since 2017. Good job with the whole COVID thing. Okay, sure. We can say that he gets a point, I guess. Okay, JD Vance. They are really pushing JD Vance. Like it seems like both people on the left and like in Conservative Inc. They're really pushing him hard. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just not on the JD Vance train wagon. I just can't trust a person who's made the life decisions that he's made. Sorry, not sorry. So no, I'm just not. Vance is gonna have to like deliver the moon somehow in the next 4 years to get me to endorse him at all. Vertex Pharmaceuticals. I'm not familiar. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not super familiar with this. Maybe it is. Maybe she is major. I don't. I don't know. Friedrich Merz. I like how Friedrich Merz is on this, but Putin is on this. Friedrich Merz was like a close second for Effler of the year. I mean, it's close. It's close. Mertz is bad. Megyn Kelly. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't watch that much mainstream media anymore. Um, I didn't think she was that relevant at the moment. I mean, I've heard of her. I get that she's a major media figure. I don't know. I don't have anything against Megyn Kelly, so sure, I'll put her down because she's someone I've actually heard of. Who is this? Is this the current president of South Korea? Okay, president of South Korea. Okay, I haven't heard of him, but um, I don't know. Does it count if I've heard of them? Like if I'm aware of them, but I don't know their names specifically? Um, okay. So I'll I'll, I won't give him a point for me having heard of him, although I probably should have. I knew that South Korea had an. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Okay, I'll give that a point because I was aware that South Korea had a new president after the previous lolcow of the year or whatever got shot down. So yeah, Teresa Ribera, European Commission executive vice president. Um, I don't know who that she is. She seems familiar though. She looks familiar to me. European Commissioner of Competition. No. Okay. I don't know if that's high enough. I'm just gonna say no. RFK Jr. Okay, I'm surprised RFK Jr. made this list. But oh, she's Ursula's second in command. Okay, right. I thought Kaya Kallas was the second in command. Uh, Andrea Vidari. Okay, a co-founder of People's Collective for Environmental Justice, so a Fed. Um, fighting the okay, so environmental justice warrior. Okay, so Fed. It's funny because I used to think that people were like insane or retarded or whatever for saying like literally everybody's a Fed. But if you go and you start to look at who US aid was actually funding, you'll realize that yeah, a lot of these people were directly being paid by the federal government. Uh New president of Botswana. Oh, that's a bad side. Uh oh, I'm worried about Botswana now. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Okay, so the technocratic. Wait a minute. Did the Botswana Democratic Party get destroyed or something? Didn't they govern the Oh, okay. So they got rid of like the competent conservative government that ruled the country, and now we have like some State Department employee. Oh no, okay. Like some State Department employees running against each other. Okay, well that's not good. They're gonna ruin the only like successful sub-Saharan African country. Russell vote. Director of Office of Management and Budget. I don't know. Well, here's the problem: is that Trump isn't actually doing any of the shit that he said he was going to do. But sure, Javier Milei. Yep. Okay, Javier Milei definitely deserves to be on this list. He is a major world figure. Who is this? Is the former second dude of the United States. Okay, I don't know who she is. She was like a okay, so she was a hostage in held by Hamas. So basically a Fed and honorary Jew. Mo Abudu. Okay, like so this is the level of just people we have here. Mo, who launched the $15 million Afro Film Fund last year, cares deeply about the African narrative, so Fed, and all the continents people are portrayed on screen. So that's enough for her to be one of the most 100 most influential people in the world that she launched a $50 million fund. Oh, El Gelati. Okay, El Gelati. Yep. Okay, fair enough. One of the front runners for Gamer of the Year. Interim president of Syria. I'm not super familiar with him, but he sounds like he's actually an important scientist. Is he an important scientist? I don't follow science that closely. DeepMind Technologies. Google DeepMind. Okay, yeah. Okay, no, I know who this is. Okay, sure. All right, deserves to be on this list. Rosé. Who? Who's Rosé? Okay, a Korean singer. Blackpink. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard of Blackpink before. Maybe that makes me like a square. Maybe that makes me like living under a rock. But it sounds like it's a rock worth living under. You know how much I live under a rock? The first time I heard about the band BTS, I thought that someone was talking about a blue-tongued skink. So, I don't know who that is. Andrew Forrest. Who's Andrew Forrest? Okay, owner of a major mining company. Oh no, I think I've heard of this guy. Okay, you can add him on. Robert Montgomery. Renowned surgeon. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, he sounds like a legit medical practitioner, so I'll give them a point for that. Brianna Stewart and Napissa Collier. Okay, so we're having to go to like women's basketball. That's how few ideas we have for this. Is that we have fucking. Does anyone watch women's basketball? I don't think so. Indigenous elder who wrote Braiding Sweetgrass. Okay, there we go. That's also on this list. Dario. Okay, let me see. Is this guy? Yep. Okay, well, that was not unexpected just from the name. Oh, let's see here. Anthropic. Legal sports gambling revolutionized women's baseball. Okay, I don't really know anything about legal sports gambling, so okay, this seems okay. Oh right, okay, that is a big company. Okay. Miles Smith. I have no idea who Miles Smith is, so we're just gonna skip over him. Cordelia Bear. Um, some Fed lawyer who sued somebody. I don't know. I don't care. We're just gonna skip her. Julie Buckhart has been fighting for decades to provide abortion in some of the most rural and conservative areas of the U.S. Okay, so an abortion activist fed. Let's see here. No, I think she's a good guy. Lian Wingfang, DeepSeek released a generative AI platform. Okay. AI. Okay, let's see. Is she a member of the tribe? Undue medical debt buys medical debt for pennies on the dollar, then forgives it. I know, what a concept. As of 2024, the organization has forgiven more than $14 billion in debt, relieving over 9 million people of the burden. I don't know. I don't know how that's possible. I guess that's something. But I don't. I've never heard of her. Okay, the only like female sport people watched was tennis, and that was because the women like they got, generally speaking, like classically, traditionally, conventionally attractive women who didn't ruin their looks with a bunch of piercings and tattoos and other self mutilation, and so you had like a bunch of like attractive women um showing off their poise and grace in a sport. And that's why female tennis was big, but it was like the only female one. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, okay, some sort of HIV medication. Okay. Some sort of HIV medication person. I don't know. I haven't heard of them. So okay. All right. So let's take a look at it. How many of the people did I recognize? 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. So I recognized 46% of the people on this list, which I don't know if that's higher or lower than last year. That's actually more than I thought that there was going to be on this list. So that actually is kind of impressive to me. Okay, of people who actually belong on this list, 37. Okay, so about half the people I actually had heard of or was aware of, and just over a third were like worthy of being on this list. But once again, like we have no Xi, we have no Putin, Zelensky isn't on this list. Ursula von der Leyen isn't on this list. Kaya Kallas isn't on this list. Macron isn't on this list. How is Mark Carney not on this list? Maple Macron himself should be on this list. The new Prime Minister of Japan. I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of people who aren't on this list who should be on it. But as always, we have a collection of feds, random niche leftists, regular like niche leftists. I don't know. It's a shit show. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's pretty bad. So that is the annual review of the Times, of the Times 100 most influential people. As always, the list is a shit show, and it's just not good. So more content to come.